23,316,108. That is not a television audience. That is not a stadium figure. That is the number of people who signed their names to a petition demanding that Argentina be banned from the World Cup for life. It set out to collect 5 million and blew past that several times over. It closed within touching distance of the record for the largest signed petition in recorded history. And here is the part almost nobody tells you: it cannot do a single thing. Meanwhile, a completely different story about all this is going viral right now, and most of it never happened. If these first few minutes are already making you feel some type of way, do the video a solid. Drop a comment below this video, smash like, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. Now, let's get back into it. Start with what the petition actually says, because the number is only half the story. It is titled Leave Argentina, and it calls for a lifetime ban on the national team competing at World Cups. Its argument is not really about the brawl. It accuses FIFA and its referees of favoring Argentina and specifically Lionel Messi, and it asks essentially why anyone else should bother competing if the winner is decided in advance. That framing matters because it means 23 million people did not sign a complaint about one bad night in New Jersey. They signed a complaint about the integrity of the entire competition. And when the signing window closed, the organizers left one final line on the site, and it is the tell for everything. They wrote, "FIFA ignored us, but Spain kept its promises. Thank you, Spain." Now understand the scale, because numbers this large stop meaning anything without a yardstick. 23 million signatures is more people than live in the Netherlands. It is more than the population of Florida. It is roughly the entire population of Australia, all signing the same document about a football team. Petitions that reach 1 million make the news. This one nearly broke the all-time record for any signed petition on any subject anywhere. Football has produced angry fans since the day it invented the offside rule. It has never produced this. So, what can 23 million signatures actually accomplish? Legally, nothing. Not one thing. FIFA is not a government, and a petition is not a ballot. There is no clause in the FIFA statutes where public signatures trigger a review, a hearing, or an expulsion. The only machinery that can punish Argentina is the one we covered in the last 2 episodes. A disciplinary and ethics prosecutor appointed under Article 36, working from referee reports and video, with the power to recommend fines or suspensions for specific individuals. That is it. One prosecutor's report outweighs 23 million signatures completely, and by the letter of the rule book, that is exactly how it should work. Sport should not decide punishments by public vote. But it does tell you something uncomfortable when 23 million people conclude that signing a petition is more useful than trusting the process. Now, the part that made me stop working and start verifying, because there is a second story spreading right now, and it is much more exciting than the truth. You may have seen it. The claim is that Britain and Spain have formed a diplomatic alliance to expel Argentina from the World Cup, strip their 2030 hosting rights, force Gianni Infantino out of office, and revoke the 1986 trophy, complete with lengthy quotes from the British Prime Minister delivered live on the radio. I went looking for every piece of it. None of it exists. There is no Anglo-Spanish alliance. There is no phone call to Madrid about expelling anyone. There is no campaign to fire the FIFA president, no vote gathering for early elections, no demand to strip a 40-year-old trophy, and no criminal investigation into referees. And the quotes are not real quotes. They were written by somebody attributed to a sitting politician and are being shared as news right now. Here is what actually happened, and it is a lot smaller and a lot more boring. After Argentina's players held up a banner reading Las Malvinas son Argentinas following the semifinal against England, the British government asked FIFA to look into whether its rules on political displays had been broken. That is the whole story. Starmer's spokesperson gave one line about it saying, "The World Cup might not be ours, but the Falkland Islands definitely are," and added that potential action is a matter for FIFA. In the same breath, they said politics should stay out of football. The business secretary separately called the banner a serious violation of the rules against political activity in the sport. For the record, the islands are a British overseas territory that Argentina also claims, and the two countries fought a war over them in 1982. That is a dispute far older than anyone on that pitch, and it is not getting resolved by a flag or a football match, so that is the only line this channel is going to spend on it. A government asking a sports body to check its own rulebook is not an alliance, it is a letter. So why did 23 million people sign anything at all? Because the anger did not start with the brawl, and this is the honest answer. Coverage of the petition points at a whole tournament's worth of grievance, ticket prices that priced out ordinary fans, the controversial hydration breaks, contested refereeing across multiple rounds, and open allegations of favoritism toward one team. Add the finish. A red card was shown on the official feed, then deleted from the referee's report as an administrative glitch, meaning the most replayed act of violence at the whole World Cup currently carries no punishment at all. Whatever you believe about any single decision, that sequence is exactly what a conspiracy theory eats for breakfast. 23 million signatures is not a verdict on Argentina. It is a receipt for how little of the audience trusts the people running the game. And now the fair frame, because this channel does not do pile-ons. A lifetime World Cup ban for a country is not a real proposal. It is a scream with a signature box attached. Argentina reached a World Cup final and lost it, and the vast majority of that squad in that country behaved with total dignity. The same fans who turned American cities blue and white for a month and gave this tournament half of its electricity. The conduct that deserves punishment belongs to a handful of named individuals in 90 seconds of chaos, and that is precisely what a prosecutor is for. Meanwhile, the petition's own sign-off thanks Spain, which tells you plainly that some of this was rivalry wearing a governance costume. Both things can be true. The anger is real, the grievance list is real, and the remedy being demanded is fantasy. So here's where it lands. 23 million people will not remove Argentina from anything. No alliance is coming to fire the FIFA president. The only thing that will actually happen is a document written by a prosecutor nobody has ever heard of, and it may not arrive until September. But a petition that nearly broke the world record is still worth reading as a symptom, because the sport just finished the biggest, best attended, most watched World Cup in its history and produced 23 million people who think the whole thing is rigged. FIFA can ignore the petition, it cannot ignore that number forever. If you want more content like this, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and share this video so you never miss out. Let us know in the comments below. Would you have signed it, yes or no? And the bigger one, after everything you watched this month, do you still trust FIFA to referee its own tournament? And don't forget to share this video with someone who needs to see it. Hey, before you go, the previous episode of the Cup Theory series is FIFA already let Argentina walk. The ban everyone is waiting for may never come, in case you missed it. And the complete binge-worthy Cup Theory playlist has every chapter of this World Cup waiting for you. Trust me, this is one of those series you'll want to watch end to end. Every match, every meltdown, every story the big networks missed. Go watch them both right now and keep the deep dive going. You know you want to. Thank you for watching.